Okay, let's get rocking and rolling with this forecast, everybody. Sunshine has returned to the Grand Rapids area, is returning to pretty much all of West Michigan as we speak. And with that reintroduction of sun, temps are back on the rise. When we came on the show at 4 o'clock here, everybody, it was in the lower 50s along the lakeshore due to added clouds and some of these cooler westerly breezes. But sunshine has come crashing back in. And I say crashing back in because it came in like a wall. These clouds arrived from the west and the sunshine arrived from the west once again. So now in the upper 50s along the lakeshore and back into the upper 50s in GR. That comes after, believe it or not, a max temp of lower 60s earlier today. Then we dropped into the mid 50s mid-afternoon, but have bounded back into the upper 50s, and we'll fall, into the upper 40s by the time we're on the 11 o'clock show tonight. But until then, and until a sundown at 8:21, mostly sunny skies to be seen, and just a few passing clouds here for the late evening period and into the overnight, but no chance of any rain, or at least very, very little chance of any rain. I don't know if I can say no chance given our proximity to two upper level low pressure systems, but I am not anticipating any rainfall for tonight. Cooler into the midweek period. I'll tell you what that means specifically with regards to the numbers I've got on the chart momentarily. Very light shower prospects. When would that be? Wednesday into Thursday. More specifically, I think Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Won't be a big system, but that's really just the opportunity to get a little damp pavement around here. And then no big systems over the next 7 to 10 days. So a quiet stretch of weather here through the middle days of April, and in due large part to this big trough of low pressure that is expected to generally be overhead here for the next couple of weeks. So that will preclude severe weather. It'll preclude any big warm-ups. Now, there may be a day here or there where we can spike a little bit, but the general theme, and look at this outlined by this deeper blue circular area, that's where the departures from normal are expected to be greatest, obviously in a negative direction, and the real warm air, the departures from average in a positive direction, above normal temperatures to be centered out west. This is the temperature trend board that we put together. When the boxes are blue, that means the daytime highs are projected to be below normal. The average high in that gray box is 57 tomorrow. This is the average high for Friday, and that's where I'm predicting the high at 59, and then just kind of camping out in the upper 50s into early next week as the average by the end of the 7-day to 60 degrees. So as I've talked about before, March and April seeing the biggest jumps day to day, week to week with the averages. We're making progress as we go forward. Rainfall amounts off the European model for the next 6 days, not impressive, despite the fact that I'm talking about a couple showers there Wednesday into Thursday, potentially at least. Temps right now in the upper 50s across the nation. The real warm air, summer-like air squashed down to the Gulf Coast. Cooler air, though, late winter type air still coming in from Canada every now and then. This is typically what you see. You know, you get this battle of spring and winter still in the months of March and April, sometimes into May. If you recall last year, I think we had a daytime high in early May of like 48 degrees. Of course, that won't last long, but it can still happen early in the season. And a little bit breezy out there at the current time, adding just a touch of a chill to some degree. But again, it's late April. The sun angle is high when the sun is out. Even if you've got breezes, it feels still pretty decent as we're sitting in the upper 50s. Not much going on with the radar. We'll widen the scope and show you that drier air working in from the west. So this little nose of a clearing is going to be overhead, I think, for the bulk of this evening and overnight. Two low pressures on the map. We're in a good position to not be impacted by either of them. The first one moving over towards the east coast. The second one gradually working to the east-southeast, but only slowly. So that means tomorrow shakes out, I think, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Once again, we're going to be in a dry slot here. But to watch those clouds out to the west over Wisconsin starting to become a little bit denser and wider spread later in these frames of the model, and they'll start to cruise in here for Wednesday and I think Thursday as well. That'll help to suppress our temperatures pretty darn good, down into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Not a whole lot of moisture showing up there, Janice and Derek, but I do think a couple pop-up showers, especially north of Grand Rapids on Wednesday, and perhaps even in Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo, Battle Creek overnight Wednesday and Thursday morning. Temps on the cool side, but do rebound a bit with a touch of sunshine over the weekend.
Okay, Anthony, thanks. Still ahead testimony.